Haba. 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 I'm a little late, I'm sorry. I was ordering boba. I was ordering boba. It was boba ordering time, and I was a little late. And I was like, oh shit. I gotta do stuff. I gotta order. Hello, Raven. How are we doing? Hello. Hello. I've ordered 4 boba like I always do. For the next couple days. I've ordered an Oreo, a lavender, house, and taro. I think taro is becoming one of my favorite milk tea flavors. It's really doing it for me. I love it. It's sweet without being too sweet. Anywho, I have to sneeze. There we go. Thank you. Alrighty. Hi, Mom. I like their Oreo. It's not like a milkshake. It's like Oreo milk, but it's not too sweet, which I like, honestly. I would prefer it not be too sweet. But yeah. Today, I'm hoping an Oreo boba. Yes, Oreo boba with like bubble milk. Yeah, with bubble pearls. I love it. But I'm hoping that today we can finish Shadowbringers. Now, I wouldn't want to touch post Shadowbringers during this stream, so we'll be doing the role quest as well. I don't know how much that'll do, but I want to do the role quests. I want to finish base Shadowbringers, and then, depending on when we end, I will separate the stream between VOD and then, and I think we're going to finish the Eden quests, because I just started those, and I need to finish them, because they are pretty much the last thing I need to finish, so that I can start Endwalker. And if that's the case, if I can finish them tonight, if we have extra time, then either tomorrow or Monday, I can start Endwalker. And if I can start Endwalker, then that means I can start, like I've said, Endwalker I'll be doing on and off stream on my own time during chill streams if I feel like playing 14. So it's not going to be like, me playing Endwalker isn't going to be like recorded or saved or anything. It's just going to be me doing it. And we'll see what happens. I'm not quite sure yet. I know that, I guess I should say, this coming Monday stream might be the last Monday stream for a while, because work is getting a little tough. I'll be going back to work on Friday, and my boss gave me Saturday and Sunday off, which is not bad. It's not bad, but I am so used to having Monday and Tuesday off. Now working them is going to be weird, and it's going to be a bit for me to adjust. I'm going to be working until essentially up until when Zelda starts. And with Tuesday, it's going to probably conflict with Jake's Runeterra game, so we'll see what happens there. I'm hoping we can work something. I can work something out with my job. If not, there's potentially a chance that I'm going to have to stop being a barista. I might have to stop running a coffee shop. So we'll see what happens. I need to talk to my boss and figure that out, because I like having Mondays and Tuesdays off. That's my routine. I based my off work schedule on my work schedule. So when work decides to change, everything goes out of whack, and I've had it so consistently for a while that I would very much like to get it back into order, but I also know that things are very complicated. So I also need to talk to my boss about pay. That's where it's like, potentially I might be having to look for another job. Because if he's not willing to work with me pay-wise, then we're gonna have a problem. Because only thing that was truly keeping me there, besides me genuinely kind of liking it, was that it gave me the schedule I needed, and now it's not giving me that anymore. or now it's deciding to not give me that anymore, and I don't like that. So we'll see what happens, but we're not going to dwell too into it because I still have 5 more days left of vacation, so I want to enjoy them. And we'll make the most of what we've got left, without like going too ham. But that's where life is at this moment. But the thing to be excited for is that I didn't think that I would pass 900 people either here or on Twitter or anything like that. Like, I was not expecting that. So that's a very pleasant surprise. Slowly but surely, work is paying off. At least it feels like it's paying off, and that makes me happy. Yeah, it'll figure itself out. I've been like mentally and financially preparing for the worst case scenario. So if I need buffer space, I've got it. So I think we'll be good. I'm trying to be optimistic because no one wants to listen to me be depresso on stream. Anywho, we'll see what happens. Thank you. Thank you. It's not a lot, but it still makes me happy because I didn't think I would get there. So it's like, wow. Anywho, let's not dilly-dally. Let us get to our Final Fantasy watch party. Let us go, Bashmir. Now, I lifted the volume for the cutscenes a little bit, and we'll adjust as we go, because we all know that we always have a little bit of scuff, and that's okay. I'm going to just move myself over here. Here we go. Thank you. Ah, man. Alrighty. Also, I don't know when Jester's gonna be streaming next, but I hope you guys are ready to see what he's got. It's pretty awesome. But don't tell him that I told you. You guys don't know, okay? It's a surprise. What's this? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I got freaking Cult of the Lamb. That was a thing. That's the other thing. I got Cult of the Lamb the other day. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play it because I'm so close to Endwalker now and I kinda wanna play that too. And right now everybody is playing Cult of the Lamb. So I'm not really sure. But tell me what you guys think about that. If you guys want me to play Cult of the Lamb, I can play that before Zelda on Monday. Have a little Cult of Polo stream. See how much fun that gets us. I think I've never played this kind of game. I've never played like roguelite or whatever the genre is called. So it's gonna be my first of that thing because I've never played like Binding of Isaac or Hades or things like that. So I wonder. I'm looking forward to it. It looks really cute. But let us make our way. Perhaps wait on it. Wait on Cult of the Lamb or Endwalker because I'm down to play both, but I'm just kind of not sure. Wait on it for a bit. Really? Just to make... Oh, on Cult? Okay. Is it because everybody's playing it? Because I totally understand if it's because everybody's playing it right now. Because that's the thing, too. It's like... When a game happens and everybody and their grandma is playing it, it kind of makes me want to play it less because it's like, for example, if I'm playing it and then another bigger streamer is watching it, then it's like, you know, I understand is what I'm trying to say. I understand if someone wants to watch a bigger streamer play a new game over me. It's also why I delayed playing Stray so much. Until I eventually got it as a gift, and I was like, well, I guess I'm playing Stray now. But yeah. We're making our way. I've got to make myself back to the Crystarium now that I think about it. Right now, I think I'm in... Where am I? I'm in Gridania. That's where I am. Alrighty. Let us make our way, because I forgot to teleport myself there. Because I'm so smart. Let's make ourselves to the Crystarium. I say wait on it for Endwalker being that good. Oh, okay. So wait on it because not only is everybody and their grandma playing it, but because Endwalker is that good and I should focus head completely onto Endwalker. I getcha. We'll see. Playing something else is always nice for variety's sake, but I mean, I guess playing a game while it's big is good to get new people interested. Yeah, again, I see why people do it, but at the same time, it's like, it's not going to serve the purpose you would think if I was playing it like at the same time like someone like Zentrea or just any old big streamer is playing it at the same time. It just feels like a little self-sabotagey. But I also love 14, so sticking with it is good. It's so weird to think that in some way, shape, or form, I'm a Final Fantasy 14 streamer. I didn't think that this was the reality that I was going to be accepting, but I'm completely fine with this. I'm completely... Speaking of Dania, how do you feel about Limsa getting instances? Because I'm happy about it because my PS4 can't handle Limsa as it is now. Oh, is that something that's happening with, like, the new update? I don't know too much about that. Like, legit, please explain that to me. I only read a little bit of the... Holy crap. Sir, what is that? What is on your butt? What is on your butt? What is that? Oh, these look cute. These look cute as fuck on me, though. Weathered Philly bottoms. Oh. What is this? Warg Jacket of Aiming. And it comes with that big butt tail. Oh my god, it's so fluffy. Oh shit, I look hot in this. Yo, where does this come from? Does anyone know where this item comes from? I want it. Warg Jacket of Aiming. It's a level 80 item. There is Shadowbringers dungeon gear. Oh my god. It looks cute as fuck on me. That big butt. Yeah, that big butt tail though. What? It's just that Limsa is so congested that much like Mordona, it's getting instances, basically separate versions of that area. Oh. Hold on. Warg Jacket of Aiming. Where do you get? What dungeon is that? I want to know. Warg Jacket of... I want to know what... I know what like, it just shocked me. Oh my goodness. What dungeon? The Grand Cosmos. Where? Oh, the outfit looks good. Oh, that looks spicy. The Grand Cosmos. Seeker of Solitude. Oh my god! What the fuck? I was looking at stuff! Wait. Bad? What do you mean bad? I don't even know what this dungeon is! Spoiler, bad squeaky no. Isn't Grand Cosmos? It's a Shadowbringers dungeon! I've already done Shadowbringers! What's it a spoiler for? I don't even remember! I don't even remember how to get this I don't even think I have this dungeon. How do you get it? How do you get this dungeon? I gotta know. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I just want to know how to get the dungeon. It's MSQ. Oh, it's 5.1. Oh, it's 5.1. Okay. It's 5.1. Hold on, let me take a quick look. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so I have it. Good to know. Thank you. Okay, I have it. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay. Now that I know, I will remember this. Okay, I'm sorry. I got distracted by that big butt tail. I want it. I want it. I want that big fluffy butt tail. But we're losing our bleh. We were on Shadowbringers. Okay, we recently finished this. So we were at In His Garden. So after what just happened, Graha got shot because it turns out that Graha was the Crystal Exarch. It looks way less nice on Lala's side. Oh, that sucks. But our boy Graha got shot because it turns out the Crystal Exarch was Graha Tia this whole time. Because he, fucking with the Crystal Tower, was able to essentially fuck with shit. And now he got shot by our boy Emmett Selk, and he kidnapped our cat boy, and he was like, I'm leaving, bye. By the way, you're gonna become a sin eater now, because you've absorbed all that light, you've got light cancer, and it's going to overwhelm you. You need to go get freaking darkness chemo. And as we try to remember what that means, Arbert's like, my hands are tied, man, I don't know what the hell's going on, all I can do is watch, and Minfilia is gone now. She's dead, because freaking Reen took her in on her, and we killed Vothri. That was the only good thing that happened that day. So, in his garden, we're gonna go see what's happening. We're gonna be wearing what is usually my MSQ outfit. We're gonna say I just had a costume change. That having an overwhelming abundance of light gives me heat flashes. And they were like, maybe you need some fresh air. That'll help you, right?
The people
Also,
of
my
this city
horn
have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight.
Also, I know I've talked before about how my hair is totally special, and unless anyone's truly noticed, I also accidentally ran into a way to make my horns, my aura scales look a little bit more creamy, and I think it looks really cute because the aura horns were like scalies were all like yellowy bony brown, bony white. Now it's like creamy ivory, and I like it. Anywho, now I can stop finally being cryptic about Raha.
I can imagine how torn you must feel, looking at that sky, knowing what it means to everyone, and that you're responsible.
I hate myself. The secrecy is worse. I'd rather people knew. I still can't believe it's coming from me. It's all such a mess. Also, quick rant. Yo, Allah, stop calling for Primal for DSR. We do weird strats, or at least stop complaining we do weird ones.
If you're thinking of coming clean, don't. It might make you feel better, but it would make things 100 times worse for them. They're better off not knowing.
I'm angry.
You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out. But that doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet. I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm.
Yeah.
It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives. One last sacrifice. One last fight. One last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and, well, you know the rest.
Yeah, I was there.
There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen. That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had.
It was pretty cool.
Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves. That's what heroes do, isn't it?
I really love the wider Ryan scales as this little texture switch did. I love it.
Our people
Such a small difference. It's like 2-3 shades lighter. Or a little more on the white. I love it. Oh, Squeaky, I took Din through Moonfair Fire Quest. It's just say Din is scared of the tower. I can't climb it for shit either.
So bright.
But I needed to get the glam. The glam was so cute.
But they were still so eager to live. they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky. No. We made the right decision.
But
And
you
I
got
can
to see the
finally
beaver.
feel
The
proud
beaver?
of the
There's a
part we
beaver.
played in helping this world survive.
Mimi isn't a fan of heights. Fist bump.
Well, come on then.
Don't leave a man hanging.
As I thought. What happened between us was no coincidence. My story may be finished, but the fates have gifted me a minor role in yours. I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me. But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish.
But Bert, you can't leave me, Bert. You can't leave me, Bert.
For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you.
If it wasn't for the fact that I love Raha, like, this was like husbando moment for Ardbert. I was just like, Ardbert, just say you love me. But then other stuff happened, and I was like, oh.
So, let us be about it, hero.
Worried you were up here all alone, brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes. But look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-drunk pixie. Look at what you've done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours. My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you?
Sorry, Feul. I'm a disappointment. Dishonor on me and dishonor on my cow. I'm sorry.
Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it, cut ties with the mortal world, hide away in the castle.
How good's the Wi-Fi?
It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Il Meg will rise up in your defense. My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them. What? Don't give me that look. Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion. And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower? Oh, my dear beloved sapling, you are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits. Your kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time, in this place. Our cairn of crystal. From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow. See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue. You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer.
I love how one can interpret Shadowbringers as just like the love story between the Warrior of Light and Graha.
But what will you do with it, I wonder? I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
Alrighty. Alrighty. The unbroken thread. Lena is resolved to unlock the door to the umbilicus. She bids you return to the Crystarium and meet her in the ocular. Ooh. Alternatively, Shadowbringers is about a person dealing with a genuinely terrifying stalker and gets Stockholm Syndrome. It's all a matter of interpretation.
I have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter.
Umbilicus.
Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
Thank you. You ever think about how the dancer in the trailer of the of Shadowbringers is most likely Lena, just without her Crystarium uniform? Because it's the same hair, eyes, ear style. It's just in a dancer outfit, and she's a dancer. I love that. When she's not in her uniform, she's just dancing. She's just doing some street dancing. You gotta find your fun where you can find it. I thought that the moment I saw her. I always loved that thought. We don't talk about her side job. Vision no jutsu.
Collect my thoughts, I prithee.
Plot no jutsu.
Thy true name is Grahatia, then. By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star. Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Certainly. But where to begin? I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest. In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the river of time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds. Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes, and thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice.
You will never speak in layman's terms. Fun fact that I learned today. Oriange's Japanese voice also plays Jaden from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
But all the while, the world continued was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides
You
by
what?
thievery, misery, and murder. People cried out in despair. There is no hope. We are finished. Mankind is finished.
Yeah.
Then
No, actually, I can
others
see it. He's
raised
using
their
the card.
voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved. We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Sid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas. After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and, in doing so, roused its caretaker, me. By this stage, scholars had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th Umbral Calamity. This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Sid and his compeers.
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only woman who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
I had planned this from the start, rehearsed every line,
An undertaking
practiced
of
my
scarce
sandwiches.
Incredible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous. Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Sid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict. To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask. Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable. It was her. The warrior of light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, she would rise above. Where others would break and run, she would carry on. The warrior of light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow. In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally.
Again, super fan stalker. I wouldn't say stalker, but definitely a big fan.
In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were her deeds joyously retold.
Daddy
For
Forton
many,
wrote about
these
us.
stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights. And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the Warrior of Light herself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga. She was the lodestar that brought them all together to send their final message back through time and space to her.
It's not just one fan, it's a lot of them. A whole stan army. And the reason Graha's here is because he's the only one that can do it.
Was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
Arianja's like, God, why'd you have to tell me?
Thou wouldst burn with me and no other. What wouldst thou have me say?
I feel so sorry for Urianger here because he understands why he has to be told all this, but he doesn't like it. This is too, like, he already had to bear his own schemes and like freaking underhanded plotting when it came to getting Minfilia into the First and, you know, the whole thing to save the First. But then this happens, and then this is told to him, and it's like, by the way, don't tell anybody that what we're going to do to the Warrior of Light is going to probably cost them their life, but that's where I come in and do a noble sacrifice to save everybody. He's like, but why do I have to know? Why just me? I'm tired of knowing too much. Poor Urianger, always knowing too damn much, doesn't want to know too much anymore. For once, he wants to be kept in the dark, but it's like, he's the best person to tell. One, because he's been there before, having a plan in the back of your head and doing everything you can to make sure it comes to fruition. And no one being able to understand him. So, yeah. How many crosses must I bear?
That you will be my accomplice? 'Twas you yourself who convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First. Your actions showed uncommon resolve. 'Twas clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
It's like, even though he knew about the thing with the First, he had no idea of, like, Raha's idea. It just happened to work seamlessly. He should know.
What price?
My boba will be
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die. Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me, but in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity, and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity, and make of it a portent. A prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the rift.
Act like this was all your idea and this was a vision you had.
Is this truly thy wish?
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would. And I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
Careful now. If you lose control again, the light could claim you for good. Although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case. What do you mean to do?
I mean to have a few words with both Emmett and the Exarch.
Then we should be on our way. Dacian mentioned the Tempest, did he not? That's the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere, hidden beneath the waves.
Hello? Oh, one moment.
There we go. Alright, I have opened the door for them. Alright, unbroken thread. They are almost here with my boba. Alrighty. Help me go to the freaking... I gotta go underwater. Ah.
Ah, we have found thee. Word reached us of thy recovery, and thus did we gather with all haste.
Oh. Hi.
By thy looks, I gather thou hast gleaned that which I came to tell thee.
Yeah, Echo no Jutsu kind of filled me in. Oriange, you don't have to.
Shared everything with us. The Exarch's true identity and purpose.
Convenient.
I offer no excuses. When I agreed to aid the Exarch with his plans, 'twas in full acceptance of the condemnation I would face when my duplicity was laid bare. Yet it is not rancor, but resolve that I sense in
Get
thee.
up, Oriange. Oh.
Thou art fully intent upon walking thy path to its end, art thou not?
Considering how much the Warrior of Light has trouble dealing with this much light, imagine if he didn't still take a chunk of light away from the Warrior of Light. Yeah. He only took a chunky chunk.
If thou canst forgive my deception, or, failing that, set aside thy displeasure for a time, I do beg leave to follow
Oh,
thee.
yes.
What strength and wisdom I possess are thine to
Yes.
command.
Alrighty. One sec, the door knock happened. Alrighty. I put my boba in the freezer because I'm guessing the driver's car was a bit warm because the ice is all melted. There's like no ice in them anymore, even though I ordered light ice. And they're not cold. But that's not a big deal. That's to be expected. It's hot. And I'm not gonna blame them for circumstances like that. That's nothing popping it in the fridge can't solve. So I'm gonna have that popping in the fridge, just chilling out. I've got a Diet Pepsi here. That's okay. Alrighty. I forgive you, I forgive you, let's go. No more lies. I am a danger to those around me.
I thank thee. Doubt not but that I will do all in my power to repay thy kindness and fulfill the Exarch's wishes.
It's like, I don't blame you, Riange. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes
sorry,
either.
But I don't think this is a good idea. Leaving the Crystarium, I mean, with or without Urianche. What I did for you won't last forever. There's no telling when the light will break free again. Please, you must stay here. At least for a little while longer. We will find a way to cure this, I promise you.
How can
Rain,
we
we
make
have no
promises?
other options.
We don't even know where to start.
Alize, please. You know Reen was only trying to help.
Of course I know! I know only too well!
Alize is angry at
But
the
making
expansion.
promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. It's a lie. Plain and simple. We've all searched high and low for an answer, and every one of us came back empty-handed.
Ad time. Uh-oh. Mm. Her Alize is broken. I wouldn't say broken, because she still tries to find the good parts of what's going on. It's just there's not a lot. There's not a lot. That's the only unfortunate thing.
I am not about to stand in her way now. Not after failing her in her hour of need. No. The least we can do is...
Alize cries the expansion. My bad at breaking down.
We will go with you as well.
When it comes to the Scions, not counting Reen in this instance, because Reen's just kind of here in terms of where she stands in the group. Barring Reen, Alize is definitely the heart of the group. She is the more emotive one. And despite everybody else being like, Alize, they all feel the same way. She communicates what everyone is thinking. She says what she feels. Because no one else will. They all agree. They don't like this. And Alize is gonna say it. That's why I love her. Ah, fuck. Those who have not been with me from the very beginning knows that caffeine-free Diet Pepsi makes me belch a lot. And I'm very sorry. Honestly, I should be charging for this because there are people who get off on this stuff. That's a road we will consider crossing. She wears her heart on her sleeve a hell of a lot more than anyone else does. Yes.
There is naught to be gained by standing still.
Indeed, we have exhausted every other avenue. Lead, and we shall follow. If there is any hope to be found, then we will surely find it at your side.
Jester made pierogies. And they're very good. They're small, but they're good. Ah.
Are we all in agreement then?
I keep bumping the mic. And I dropped the weenie that was on top of it. No. No. Are we all in agreement that Reen's plan sucks?
Is there aught we can do to help?
Give me 1 second. I dropped a weenie. Can't leave that on the floor. That's not good.
Though we may not know the whole story, we do know you're in for a fight. And while the Exarch's away, it falls to the rest of us to see the Warrior of Darkness is given a proper send-off.
Yes. I mean, I want pierogi.
No. Well, not in so many words.
Aye, we didn't need it spelled out for us. When the night sky appeared over whichever place you went to, it was harder not to put two and two together.
From the moment I heard that you and the Exarch shared the homeland, I had my suspicions. Long had he been waiting for a certain someone to arrive. And I knew at once that it must be you.
Exactly. When he went up to meet you, it was clear it was no ordinary visitor. That spring in his step spoke volumes. I could feel his excitement.
That's cute. Because there's a fan art where Graha's like putting his hood up and he was running inside. He's like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. His excitement, that spring in his step. The fact that he came out personally to meet you and they're even saying, yeah, he doesn't do that. He never did that. Whatever made him get up and go with that sort of energy was definitely special. Like a cat, he got the zoomies. He had to go see you. Like those cute cats that like they come up to you and they're like meow, 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 meow. That was him. That was Graha. He was just skipping like a little girl to see us. He was so happy. I remember that comic. There are some prequels to that. Showing the crushing disappointment of missing you.
We do not fully understand where you or the Exarch hail from, or why you've all done so much to protect us.
They don't know that you both come from another world, but they know that you at least have something in common with him. And I can't remember who made the post. It wasn't an image, but again, it was that thing of like, when you tell the Crystal Exarch that you've seen a ghost in your room, because he never planned for Ardbert. Never planned for Ardbert. Ardbert is not in his plans. So when you tell him there's a ghost in his room, that there's a ghost in your room, and it's like, checks his hand. Did you enjoy the sandwiches? Like, just back to script, ignoring what you said. I want a Raha in my life. I'm here for the movie. Hi, Crazy Fox.
We are deeply grateful nonetheless. So, if there is anything at all we might do to aid your journey, you need only name it. What would you have of us?
You might have invited them to join us, where they're not so many. Come, they are waiting. What is your will, O warrior of darkness?
I want you to bone Runar. Defend the Crystarium until we return. Alrighty. We're going to do this one. Actually, yeah, we're going to do this one. And then we're going to take a quick break. And we're going to do the role quests. I've only done the healer ones, so they will be the healer ones. But then we're going to go into the role quests. So, to storm-tossed seas. You inform Urianger of your readiness to depart, and he exhorts you to consider a method of travel that will also facilitate breathing of movement beneath the waves. Let's do it. Look at this cool little island.
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail.
Aw. Little neighbor.
Fallen si lor wislan. Hada si alinal.
Okay.
Van urs atslir. Olfod thim. Iri guat.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fae to know that didn't go well.
We need Fail. Let's actually call on him. Call on them for once.
Oh, my snee, Yak! You've learned to call me at last! And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can.
They're so happy.
Gers Bismail win picked. Van Dromi Drom Jacob. Van Reed Rithje. Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. It's only good manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
And
It's like, wait,
agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight.
It's like, hold on, we know the Fairy King.
May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
God. Just that fact that if I had known how to do a Scottish accent, that would have been Trin's accent. Trin would have just sounded like Fail. That would that would have been great. That would have been great. Like the rage and everything. God. Being friends with the it's such a cheat code. Why am I it's because of the graphics. There we go. The cutscene was like super intensive. Also, yes, it'd be awesome. I definitely want to keep practicing my Scottish. Alrighty. So Bismarck. This is the same, not the same Bismarck, but similar to the Bismarck of the source. He's a big fairy whale. Best Bismarck.
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows? Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up. Gods. I could live 1,000 years and never behold anything so amazing.
Nothing's gonna top that day.
What the? Do you see that?
It's the windfish!
What a monster! Where did it even come from? It's not stopping. Run! Run!
Yep. Like, uh-oh. Welp. Oh, thank you. Oh. Oh, fuck. Big axe mode engage. Oh, God. Hello, Net19 rated with 89 people. Holy crap. Hi. Big axe mode engage. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. It's big axe time. But Arnbert's not on screen. Ah! Hello, Rider with the Wind 18. Welcome to the stream. Hello, welcome everybody. Hello. I can feel a burp. There it is. Sorry. Sorry. How was episode 9 of... Oh yeah, episode 9 of Unlimited Blade Works Abridged came out. Hello. Next episode was excellent, also Vestige. Alrighty, let me... I don't think I need to do a shout out to Nat19 official, but let's do it anyway for courtesy's sake.
The bread is here. Can you believe it? They were just about to throw all this away. What a waste.
There we go, perfect. I always worry about spelling official wrong. Hi. Hello. I hope you guys had a good stream though. It's like, wow, I'm used to you guys going so late. Even though you start so... Hi, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time. And I hope you're willing to stick here with me. We're near the end of base Shadowbringers for those who play Final Fantasy XIV. If nobody cares about spoilers, you are free to chill and lurk and enjoy the funny fantasy pretty game while I eat pierogies and drink Diet Pepsi and belch like the absolute lady that I am. If you don't want spoilers for Final Fantasy XIV, this is not where you want to be, unfortunately. If y'all don't want spoilers, yes, we are in very, very deep. Shadowbringers is the third expansion to Final Fantasy XIV, the critically acclaimed MMO that you can now download the free trial and play up to level 60, and the award-winning expansion Heavensward. There we go. And I'm literally playing 14 as I watch this. I have almost enough 14 in my life now. Yeah, so if you don't mind spoilers or you want to just relive it with us, we've been on Saturdays, every couple Saturdays, not every couple Saturdays, but every Saturday so far with a break here and there in between. We've been watching all of the cutscenes for Final Fantasy XIV. We had started from ARR, and now we are near the end of Shadowbringers, making our way slowly to Endwalker, which I have not played yet. So if you have played Endwalker and you know what goes on in the plot, please no spoilers. I would like to experience it as blind as I possibly can. But I wanted to initially watch all of the cutscenes as a way to refresh myself with everything going on in this story. It's been amazing. And build up again to Endwalker because it's been a hot minute. So on the side, when we haven't been doing this movie nights, I've been doing the side raids. I've done like Void Arc, I've done Evilise, I've done all those things. No spoilers for Shadowbringers or post Shadowbringers either. There are some people who have been chilling out here and just kind of enjoying the chill movie nights, and as we watch and discuss the plot, poke fun at it a little bit, and just overall have fun. I hope you enjoy your time here. Thank you again, Nat19, for the raid. Let us continue. We are now underway. I got a fate spoiler when it first came out, and I was furious. I didn't get Imagine. Yeah, I usually don't mind spoilers, but I've really been enjoying this so far. And with how people have been telling me...
See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The
with
waters recede. The tempest's floor is laid bare. In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom.
with how people have been telling
The last
me.
refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being.
Damn, Arbor's gonna cut off Squeaky like that.
You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
With the Tempest. What was I saying? What was I saying? Fuck, what was I saying? Oh, now I remember. with how everybody's been telling me how good Endwalker is and how like a good a conclusion to the story it is, I really want to experience as much as I can of it blind. I already know a handful of the characters who feature in Endwalker. I just don't have any of the context. And I want to try to keep it that way. Again, normally I don't mind spoilers, but in this case, I want to really enjoy some of the things that are going on. By the way, do you project mouthwash? Do you mean like, am I a part of Project Mouthwash? I'm not in any of their stuff. I had worked with Logan in the past, a long time ago, before Project Mouthwash was a thing. So I have known Logan for a very, very long time. One sec. But yeah, I've known Logan for a very long time. We used to date, so we've known each other for a long time. But I am not a part of Project Mouthwash or a lot of their properties or projects. If they ever want me to be a part of them, I would absolutely love to. But right now, I am only a part of Nat 19. If Yoshi P wanted to end the story for 14 right now, I'd be entirely fine with it. Oh, do you know Project Mouthwash? Oh, well, I kind of technically already answered that. Yes, I do know Project Mouthwash. I do know them. I am a friend of them, and again, I am in Nat 19. Alrighty. Anywho. So, now we have reached this point. Before we get to the last 3 main cutscenes for Shadowbringers, we are going to make our way to the role quests. We are going to go Disciple of Magic job quest? No, not this one. Role quests. Here we go. Alrighty. These are not voiced, so I will do the pleasure of doing awful voices for you. But before we get into that, it has been about 1 hour and 15 minutes, so we're going to take a quick break. This is for everybody to go to the bathroom or grab some food, popcorn, poke your significant other, touch their butt a little bit. Do whatever you gotta do. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. I will be right back. Enjoy the BRB screen. There we go. I had to use the bathroom. Hello. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a nice little break and got everything we need to get out of our way. We got 2 clips. Wow. Okay. We are back. Let me check some stuff real quick. Alrighty. So now that we are back from our break, we're going to go back in time for a little bit. So the role quests are essentially some side quests that you have to do throughout the expansion, or when it comes time for you to do them. And if you don't do these role quests, at a certain point, you cannot progress further. In the case of these role quests and Shadowbringers, they are the stories of the Sin Eaters that came about when the rest of the Warriors of Light, Ardbert's party, sacrificed themselves to stop the flood. Their bodies became Sin Eaters. The Healer quest, when you arrive at the Crystarium and they explain to you what's going on, you are told about a group of random adventurers who are after these people. And depending on the role you are playing in the MSQ, or what role you want to play in general, you pick the NPC, you go through their little arc of the story as they take you around Norvrent as well, and you hunt down this Sin Eater that used to be a part of Ardbert's group. In the case of the Healer quest, you will be chasing down his healer and learning about them. The Cardinal Sins are what the Sin Eaters are called, yes. We will learn a bit more into them as we progress. It is time for us to meet, I think they're called Giot. So after displaying high alcohol tolerance and higher enthusiasm for getting on people's nerves, Giot eventually gets around to suggesting that you observe Cyphersine for yourself and gain an understanding of its abilities. So you meet this dwarf, and you meet them, they're drinking at the bar, drinking heavy. And they're like, I'm after the Sin Eater called Cyphersine. And why am I after this Sin Eater? Because this Sin Eater has a habit of going back and healing other Sin Eaters or reviving them. And we can't have that. I want to get rid of her. You don't get too much information about them afterwards, but it's time to go after them. Obviously, the cutscenes only narrow down the cutscenes. This was still a delight to go through, and I think it best to actually, if you ever get the chance, to enjoy them yourselves. But we're going to go through them because they also give a little bit of story and expand upon the world that you're in. So we go observe them. We killed some Sin Eaters. There, that's it. See? It revived the other one. Hey, what's wrong? Ah, plot no jutsu. What a lonely place to die. The world outside is even worse than I feared. Is someone there? Wheeze. You're alive! Why didn't you say so? I can't do much for the dead, but the living, that's a whole other matter. I can't believe it. All my wounds healed. Thank you, kind stranger.
You sure are lucky that I passed by. You really might have died, you know.
You'll hear no argument from me. I was a fool. I thought that the hobgoblin was after. Might have friends lying in wait. Never so much as crossed my mind. I shouldn't have been out here alone. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the thought that the hobgoblin had things. With your magic to keep me fighting, though, their numbers wouldn't pose such a problem. What do you say? You don't look to have a party of your own yet, and you could use a man, and I could certainly use a man like you on my side.
What? I am no man, you unripened gourd. Why, I've never been so insulted in all my life. Let me tell you what's what. I'm Lamit, proud daughter of the Thole family, and if I catch you mocking me again, I'll put you right I'll put you right back the way I found you. You hear?
Yes, ma'am. I certainly didn't mean to offend. The beard misled me, you see.
And that's that. Look, Hardbert, treasure.
I know the first time we saw her, she didn't have an accent, but I'm giving her one anyway.
You certainly look the hero. Now let's see you act like one.
I know it's kind of ship Ardbert and Lamit. I do. I ship it. But like in the most wholesome of way, because like she's a Lalafell. Alrighty. So after we do that, we go back to the bar. Giot decides to drink a lot more because that's just what they do. And it's time to set out to the Rectica Greatwood to learn more about this Sin Eater that's causing shit. Learn a little bit more about them. Dwarf, thank you very much. I'm not trying to spoil. Did we do it? Oh yeah, like a tragic love story that could never come because they destroyed the world by accident.
Of course not. Healing magic is so annoying. No offense intended.
It's alright.
Oh no! Oh, not again!
Plot no jutsu. Healing magic is so annoying. Everyone in PvP ever. So this is the Guardian. You excited, Lamit?
Hi. Yes, of course. I've come this far, and I will claim the legacy of Ronka.
And right here is where we play as Lamit, against this big owly thing, with their like 3 moves, and it was very annoying. I did not enjoy it. Everyone all right?
All's well. Now let's get what we came for. The lost restorative magic of Ronka.
I get that they don't want to give me the full kit, but if I'm already playing a healer, I know what to do. Just give me more moves. They gave me like 3. Can you sense the power in it?
Yes, there can be no mistake, Salva. This is it, and my only path is forward. Wise Guardian, In the name of the Royal House of Ronka, I implore you, grant me your knowledge. Lamed. It's a rock. I did it. The spell is mine at long last. I can save my sister.
And you will. We'll meet up with Brandon and Albert, and then we'll see you home. It saddens me that it took me till the end of Shadowbringers to realize that Ronka is just the first lag. Yeah, it is. Alrighty. I guess it doesn't hurt to read these. We already went through this one. So then after we have the vision, because what we did is we baited it and then we beat her up and then we had that whole scene. Oh, excuse me. I'm not sure Ronka fucked everyone over quite as much as Log did, though. You relate the contents of your vision to Gio, who it transpires has saved you from an untimely death at the hands of Sophrosine. You do not neglect to mention the detail of Lamit's apparent purpose in seeking the restorative magic of Eld to save her sister, though from what you do not know. Gio finds the tale to be of great interest and suggests you both return to the Crystarium to further reflect it, over a mug of ale, no doubt. It appears that learning of Lamit's sister has provided Gio with a solid lead at least, as dwarven records are likely to contain at least some mention of her. It also may be worth looking into the Ronkan magic Lamit gained access to, though whether it will be possible to do so will depend on whether Morin is willing to forgive Gio's prior transgressions at the cabinet. Regardless, it will take the dwarf some time to investigate all possible avenues, so you are free to wander afield in the meanwhile. And then it tells us, come back when we're level 78. Okay, level 78. Reading between the lines, you understand that somehow miraculously, Giot has regained access to the Cabinet of Curiosity, though the volumes within it have been of little help in ascertaining the nature of the Ronkan magic Lamit pursued. Dwarven records, on the other hand, have apparently yielded a useful hint as to the whereabouts of Lamit's sister at the time of her travels. Your compatriot gives no further details, instead inviting you to visit the dwarven village of Tomra to see for yourself. Upon gaining access to Tomra via the ladder, which judging by the dwarf's comportment, upon your arrival, it is as much a surprise to Giot as anyone. Before you ask for more details as to the purpose of your visit, however, your over-eager companion rushes off deeper into the village. Alrighty, we're going to watch the cutscene and we'll read the rest of this. Makes you wonder, did ES find Ronka as well? Found Ronka? No, he was too busy in the source to do so. Vision time. Lamet, was it not enough to leave without permission, or to return unbidden, bringing these strangers into our home? You knew full well that entering the Blight Wardens is forbidden. How many of our traditions must you trample before you're satisfied? If you so refuse to respect your heritage, you have no place here. As head of the council, I hereby banish you. You are no longer a dwarf. Be gone and never return. Be gone! Have you lost your wits? Lamet just cured your people, her sister and all the others. She left your village to find a way to save them, and she did. She did what no one else would. Your words have no weight here, outsider. This is a dwarven matter. Silence! Silence! And then they intentionally caused 511. 5 through 11. I will not be silent. You have no idea what Lamid has been through.
That's enough, Hardbert. Whatever my reasons, I did break our laws, and I did so knowing that this would be the result. I will accept my punishment. I leave my dwarven pride behind today.
Lamid.
If Lamit is leaving, so am I. You probably didn't think much of us after you shoved us in there to die. But it was awfully hard to breathe.
Yeah.
But it was awfully hard to breathe. We all took our helms off. If Lamit's going to be banished for breaking our traditions, then I should be too.
As the young lady says, none of us is perfect. And it ain't right that Lamit should be the only one punished for it, especially seeing as she was saving us. I like making them all Scottish. Come on, exiles. We'll keep our faces plain for all to see and our heads held high.
Oh, everyone.
They're funny how they waddle. It's like I save all of my other sick dwarves and I get banished for it. Are you sure you're alright with this? We could go back. We could...
What? Pummel the elders with your axe? Oh, I know you're not that fledgling adventurer who got knocked flat by hobs anymore. You could easily defeat even our strongest warriors. But forget it. We have more important things to worry about. We still haven't found what caused the illness in the first place. If it really is the Shadow Keeper again, well, you know what we have to do. If this is what it takes to save our world, I will not give up I will give up my home and more, Ardbert. And anyway, it's not all bad. I don't think I really understood before how beautiful it is out here. How nice the wind feels.
It is nice, isn't it? And for what it's worth, I'm glad you're here. Helmet or no.
Ardbert, thank you.
I explained it a couple of missions before the gang went off to face Vothry. Something up there. Something up with that. So yeah, that explains all of this. Though the helm obscures Geo's face, the dwarf's tone makes it clear that this latest revelation has come to something of a blow. Time to process the story you relayed may help, though you know all too well that the weight of some truths never quite leave one's shoulders. And then it says come back when you're level 80. So we come back when we're level 80. You snap Geode from a melancholic reverie, prompting the dwarf to remember that Sophrosine recently paid a visit to Tamra and may still be in the area. Geode theorizes, based upon your recent vision, that the virtue reflectively heals those sin eaters it recognizes as helmetless dwarves, those of Lamit's people who joined her in exile, and concludes that adding a helm to any eaters you would prefer remain dead may be enough to deter it from doing so. Though this seems almost too easy, it is true that sin eaters are simple beings, with no real powers of cognition that might allow them to see through even rudimentary deception. In any case, there's only one way to find out. So Geode hatches the plan of, if the sin eaters were previous members of the dwarves that Lamit, the dwarven exiles that Lamit had saved, and she revives them as opposed to other sin eaters. Maybe putting a helm on them would trick her to not healing them. This plan works. This plan works, and as a result, we've got a general idea of what to do. Now that you have dispatched the multitude of sin eaters and given Giot ample time to do the same, the time has come to reunite. Hopefully the dwarf has been able to keep at least one kill reasonably intact. So we had to put them to sleep and put a helmet on them and then kill them so that Lamit wouldn't fucking revive them. We will watch the cutscene and see where we go from there. Perfect. Now, hold still. Or I'm gonna put the goddamn bucket on ya. Whoa! I know it's implied she has a backpack that isn't shown, but I always love the idea that Giot's wearing layers of helmets. It seems like the kind of thing they do. I find it very interesting how every one of the cardinals have a weird quirk based around their lives. I don't know about the other ones, though. I've only ever played the healer one. She's worn herself out. You good? Oh, thanks. The helm got it even worse than I did just then, and it was our last one. I hate to say it, but this ain't going as well as I'd hoped. And if we even had one more helm, I could try again, but... Wait, we do have one more helm. Just the one! Well, well, looks like it's time to take this eater down, once and for all, together. They find out that Giot is in fact illegally cute. Oh yeah, Giot is fucking adorable. That's also why I kept saying them. I wanted to, like, I didn't want to reveal it. So, we win, because with her helmet, she cannot heal herself. She won't heal herself if she doesn't think that she's worth healing. Ha! Take that, you pasty bastard! What's that you got there, Polo? Some kind of crystal. Giot will probably break your knees for that. I love how Giot is made to seem like a guy until this point. Yeah, just constantly drinking. Don't care, happening, getting White Mage to 80 just to do it. I want to give them head pats. Tradition wouldn't have saved her. That's why I left. I left and I travelled. I met Ardbert. We found our companions, and together we searched. Are you her?
Lamed? I listened. I called you a disgrace before, and my journey was not an easy one. To save my sister, to save them all, I faced 1,000 foes. I know. I understand now, and I'm so... But as I did, I learned how wide this world is, how beautiful, how cruel, and how much I wanted to protect it. Perhaps it should have been easy for me then, to give up my home forever, for a greater cause. It wasn't. It hurt so much. But you bore it! You forgave them! You survived! Yes, it hurt, but I survived. Because they were there. Because he was there. Hardbert, you stubborn idiot. You sweet boy. You never did understand what you meant to me. Oh. Rest well, Lamed. You were the best of us.
Yeah. Oh god, no, I tried this thing. If you're cool with starting the Cardinal Sins are real fucking sad. If you're cool with learning a harder one, stage starts at 70, you'd get head pets sooner. Just get White Mage up there. Just get White Mage up there. Could get to the tutorial mission. If you ain't an easy healer, use White Mage. The Cardinal Sins are real fucking sad. Yeah, no, this one kind of did tear me up because it's like the whole time Giot is telling you, this is why I did all the class missions. Never touched the healer quest before. Decided one of the role quest. Sage was getting thrown in the deep end. I have Scholar 89. I just don't have the gear for it. When you meet Giot and you hear about Sophrosine and Limit, Giot talks about them like they are a disgrace to the dwarves. They were spoken badly of. They were, again, a disgrace, a shame to the dwarves, and Giot grew up hearing about it. So eventually, through this role quest, you chase down Sophrosine, you learn about Lamit, and Giot comes to learn that some traditions aren't always meant to be carried. That what Lamit did, she is a hero. And in doing what they did, because removing your helm is illegal in dwarven culture. You're not supposed to remove your helm ever. That's why they all wear it. So those who do are exiled. So Giot, in doing what they did, technically they can't go back to dwarven society. Now, no one else saw, so they can just pop their helmet back on and twiddle on it by and be like, I didn't do it. But that's they eventually through the rest of the role quest, through the little in-game text. Let's see. Yeah, peaceful sacrifice. You speak to Giot, who confirms what you suspected. Having broken her people's taboo by taking off her helm, she no longer feels as if she can return to Tomra. Having seen how inflexible dwarven traditions can be, and knowing how much they mean to Giot, you know it is not your place to disagree, and so follow her to the Crystarium instead. When you join Giot at the Wandering Stairs, she appears to be faring better than one might have expected. Given the circumstances, and is certainly cheered for your presence, she tells you that while she still values tradition, leaving her village has given her an appreciation for the wider world and all that is precious in it. An appreciation that Limit too once shared. As you trade fond farewells, it is clear that, much like the woman she has come to admire, she will bear her burdens without breaking under their weight. So, Giot, now with their helm, having broken that Dwarven tradition, says, I can't go back to my village, but just like Limit, where it's just like, I found this world worth protecting, worth fighting for. I love this world. And they'll be fine. She'll be fine. As a tank main, actually being fragile was enough to throw me for a loop. Never mind having to look after others. A very big thing about 14 overall is how you shouldn't be blinded by tradition. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed my Scottish accent for Giot and for Limit. I hope they were different enough that you could tell who was who. I tried to give Limit a more gentler, softer, kind of Scottish, while giving Giot something better. I would have probably gone more into a more tomboyish thing for Giot to kind of show that, like, for most part you thought they were a guy, but that's fine. Alrighty, with the role quest now finished, we can go back to Shadowbringers. We can go back to Shadowbringers to the Illuminated Land. Right? Yeah. I'm not experienced enough to know a good Scottish accent from a bad one I hear, sadly. No worries. I DPS main. It's a wonder I have 960 hours in this game. Spent a lot of time waiting for duties. I've been a healer main from like the very beginning. But now, when we had to do the role quest because that crystal we just got from Limit, we take it to someone called Grenold, who forms us our drip, our class drip, and we move forward in the plot. Without that crystal, we can't advance forward. So, now that we've done it, we will resume.
O stewards of the Ondo, we offer up our light in answer.
Totally not Sahagin. They're like, what the fuck's going on? Where's the water?
Crystal you showed the artisan. Was it? Did it belong to one of my friends?
Yeah, it did. I thought you were always watching. Missed that part, did you? Thought you were always watching.
I tried to give you a measure of privacy. No one wants a spirit looking over their shoulder every moment of the day. So tell me, if you would, how did you come across that crystal?
Gerald in this reflection is who I aspire to be. Didn't want to be around people, so he built a house under the fucking sea. I love how sassy you can be with him.
It was Lamit's then.
Lamit.
Strange that I should learn such things now, after they're long gone. They were fine friends, every one of them. I didn't expect death to teach me so much. About them, about Seto, about you. About the hope that hides at the heart of this world. I've never been one for idle chit-chat, but if by some miracle I could see them all again, I doubt I would ever stop talking. I'm grateful I got to bend your ear at least. And just for that, I reckon I'll stick with you to the very end.
Thank you, Arbert.
Apologies, we were a little late to the gathering.
The not Sahagin are like, yo, where's the water?
Succeeded in gaining their trust.
We
The
love
delay
birds.
wasn't exactly welcome, but at least our many hands made light work. And they seemed especially impressed with your contribution. Our hero indeed.
Thank you.
Y'shtola was telling us those structures may date back to the age of the Ascians.
An Ascian homeland. Despite his many protestations, I never quite believed Emmett Selk was telling the truth.
Nor I. But there is no denying the evidence before our eyes. Clearly this was once a great city. A home they would see restored, no matter how many tens of thousands of years it takes.
It's a hollow dream when you think about it. Even if they manage to rejoin all the worlds, they'll never bring back the ones who were lost.
Nope.
But would I have done any different?
Don't think about it too hard, Alize.
How are you feeling?
Life sucks, Reen.
You have completed your devotions?
Yes. To the honored ancients have we offered up our prayers and our gratitude. You too have our thanks.
Thank you, hissy man.
Might we trouble thee then to tell us more of the illuminated land of which thou didst lately speak?
Yes, tell us more.
To the west of here lies a great trench. Some days ago, a light appeared in that endless darkness. Curious, we ventured closer and discovered in the depths an entire city.
One of the biggest twists, Emmett was telling the truth. What? The villain wasn't lying?
The buildings we spied were akin to our own everlasting abodes. Impossibly so. We understood at once the ancients had risen. There could be no doubt. Taken with terror, we retreated to the cups, and I decreed that none should enter the trench until such time as we received a sign.
Might it still be possible to reach this city of the ancients?
If we don't get this wave as an emote, I'm gonna be so upset.
With no water to drown you, a finless one could now travel there. Yes. I am convinced you are the sign for which we have been waiting. My people will show you the way.
Shall we?
Alrighty, there's an underwater city under the water, under the sea. There's a city. It's time to go to the city. Time to go to the city. Okay. Look at them barnacles, big fuckers.
By the gods.
We found Atlantis.
When the Ondo spoke of a city, I did not think they meant an actual city.
This place, as soon as I saw it, was like the world that never was. Kingdom Hearts? Hello? Damn, we found New York. I'm walking here. Fuck.
Then we are seeing the same view.
I'm fucking blind, but I can see it. Yeah, no doubt this is second my favorite area.
The
Whole game.
remnants in the Ondo settlement were solid material structures. But these... Everything here pulses with ether. 'Tis an enchantment on a monumental scale.
Also, quick heads up, if anyone has misophonia and ticking is a trigger, there will always be some in the background. Misophonia? What's misophonia? What's that? I'm guessing I think you mean like a phobia? And ticking is a trigger. Yeah, please explain that. I'm gonna go grab my boba because I think it's cold now. So I'll be right back. Does Tristan want a sip of my booba?
I have mint gum in my mouth.
Oh yeah, no,
Very weird.
that's gonna taste horrible. Misophonia is a condition that makes certain sounds trigger strong reactions. Oh. Oh. Wow. Let me just send a message real quick. Alrighty. A greater purpose. Like for me, whining, yelling, and constant beeping trigger me. I know yelling gets me nervous. Yelling causes me anxiety. This is a big city full of really big people. And yeah, it's full of very, very big people. And we can only assume that these are like Asian ghosts. We're trying to walk around and look for Emmett Selk, and they kind of lead us a little bit on a goose chase. Eventually we're in this waiting room, and they're like, okay, give us your paperwork, now wait over there. And we're talked to like we're a child, because we're tiny. May I? You, I think, are from a time beyond ours. Have you followed in the wake of Emmett Selk? Nay, there is no cause for alarm. I am simply a shade, here and not here. I know only that my name is Hythlodeus. I think it's Hythlodeus. I've only known Hythlodeus for 5 minutes, and if anything happens to me, no one spoil me who this is. Because if they have a name, they're clearly fucking important. I know who this is in Shadowbringers. I don't know who they are beyond having purple hair. But clearly they're important. Because nobody here knows that there is a ghost or a phantom except for this one, which tells me that this person is important. Hythlodeus. Okay, thank you. I know only that my name is Hythlodeus, and that this city is a recreation, a phantom moment plucked from the well of history. These others seem unaware of their pale existence. but I wonder if Emmett Selk's mind was distracted when it came to my reconstitution. A stray thought would have been enough. Hythlodaeus will realize the truth, for example. We were close friends once, you see. Yet in spite of my perception, I play the same role as all the rest. A bit part meant to bring color and noise to this well-crafted stage. To such scrutiny, and we shall burst like... To much scrutiny, and we shall burst like the fragile bubbles we are. Thus I tell you again, my presence is not to concern you. I wish only to share your company whilst we wait. Hythlodaeus is Hythlodaeus, nothing out of the ordinary here. We're at the fucking Asian DMV. If you've come this far, then you know of the catastrophe which awaits us on our morrow. The final days. What began as isolated incidents soon swelled into a world-spanning threat. Now, what Hythlodaeus is saying here is that nobody here is really aware but me. And the only thing that could have caused that is while Emmett Selk was making all of this, because for all intents and purposes, this place is Emmett Selk's Minecraft realm. But while he was creating Hythlodaeus, maybe he got distracted, maybe he thought a bit too much about Hythlodaeus, but he's self-aware. Just a little glitch in the matrix. The Convocation of 14, well, it was 13 at the time, endeavored to create a will for our star. They would repair the fundamental laws of order and halt the spread of destruction. God, I hate that I named my word of light Nay, because now whenever anyone in 14 says Nay, I look up. But creation on such a scale required an immense source of power. Of those of us who still lived, nearly half offered up their lives in the name of salvation. And from their sacrifice, Zordiark was born. Just as we had hoped, he reached forth and halted the march of oblivion. Yet, oh how the star had suffered. So many species lost, the land was blighted, the waters poisoned, and even the wind had ceased to blow. Once more did our people give themselves to Zodiark. Another half of our race sacrificed to cleanse the world, to ensure that trees and grasses and myriad tiny lives would sprout and grow and flourish. The cycle of life had begun anew, and we reconsidered the means by which we might protect it. The Convocation decided thus. We would nurture our world until it was bursting with vitality. Then, when the time was right, we would offer some portion of its living energy to Zodiark. In return, he would restore to us those brethren whose souls had fed his strength, and together we would resume our role as stewards. There were, however, those who disagreed with this plan. They argued that enough had been sacrificed to Zodiark, that this new world should belong to lives newly born. Those dissidents surrendered their life energies in the creation of Hydaelyn, an incarnation of their imposing belief. And for the first time in history, our people stood divided. Know you, then, how this conflict ended? Kind of, they told me. I thought you might. Emmett Selk has ever been a champion for the will of Zodiark. The original plan may have been set back by millennia, but he He will have not— oh my god, I can't fucking read! The original plan may have been set back by millennia, but he will have not abandoned his course. He will pay the price for our return by whatever means is necessary. He's slouching again. And though he may carry himself with a certain glib ease, Emmett Selk is not a man to bear his burdens lightly. In fact, I imagine they have only grown heavier with every passing century. As he gazes upon his Minecraft realm. Tis truly a terrible weight he has chosen to carry. Yeah. Emmett fell for that. No wonder he's so grumpy all the time. Polo Nivicola. Oh, it's time for my dentist appointment. It seems your turn has come. Pray do not let me keep you. Ah, there was one last thing. You walk with another at your side, yes? Wait, you can see my imaginary friend too? He's been with me this whole time, just sitting next to me. Nay, I see no definite form, but the faintest suggestion of a second soul. I doubt it visible to anyone but me. Otherwise, I assume only you can see and hear this ethereal companion. Your connection is hardly a coincidence. In our time, the two of you were one. The color of your souls tells the tale. A hue that distinctive cannot be mistaken, no matter how thin the soul is spread. Ha! This is just the fate I might expect for one such as she. Surely Emmett Selk has recognized a hint of her in you. Polo. Fare you well, my new old friend. May you find what it is you seek. My new old friend. Alrighty. Last cutscenes. And I think after this we'll take another small break. Then we're gonna maybe hop on some Eden quests. Alrighty.
This really is unacceptable. I gave you very specific instructions.
Emmett Selk.
My invitation was for an abomination, ripe with the power to bring about the world's annihilation. Not this half-broken thing.
You're just a sheep.
Whatever am I to do with you? And I see you insist on keeping the same familiar company. Are you so lost without them?
It is not she who is lost without the familiar. Not content with remaking an entire city, you aim to fill it with the reconstituted souls of the dead.
I may have gotten a little carried away in my attention to detail, added a few unnecessary flourishes.
I love how it's just like, are you so sad that you have to bring the same friends with you? Sir, you made a whole Minecraft realm New York City and filled it in with the clay the Play-Doh molds of your former friends. Don't talk to me about no depression, because while we may both have it, you have it a lot worse. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Well, there's no point trying to hide it. Yes.
I am depressed.
Once the rejoining of worlds is complete, Zodiac will regain his full strength and shatter his prison.
The pot called the kettle black.
Then we shall offer up the Source's remaining inhabitants in sacrifice, that we might resurrect our brethren who died to bring Zodiac into existence. But what was it that you came here to do exactly?
We came here for the XIV. We came here to stop you. I think I used we came here to stop you. But I'm also like, I'm here for my cat boy. You told we came here for the XIV. I think no matter what we say, it's fine either way, but we came here for the XIV. Give me the cat.
Well, you can't have him. The wisdom that man guards may open up new worlds of possibilities.
You can't have him.
He has unlocked the secrets of travel across the rift, and through time as well, it would seem. Quite an accomplishment for one of his incomplete nature. I must explore the limits of his capabilities and harness that power for the Ardor.
Nah, man.
Even now, after everything, you refuse to see reason.
Remember that Ananta that Sri Lakshmi brought back the hollow shell? Primals cannot bring back the dead. His plan was never going to work.
You think it unfair that you are subject to suffering? That your lives will be sacrificed for the ancients?
Look at me.
I have lived 1,000 of your lives. I have broken bread with you, fought with you, grown ill, grown old, sired children, and yes, welcomed death's sweet embrace. For eons have I measured your worth and found you wanting. Too weak and feeble-minded to serve as stewards of any star. Have your recent spats with Vorthri and his Sin Eaters taught you nothing? Have you not learned that your ignorance and frailty beget only endless misery?
Oh.
How long do you mean to perpetuate this farce? How much more must I endure your bumbling interference? Let us imagine that the laws of reality are again undone and the world faces true annihilation. Do you honestly believe that half your number would sacrifice themselves to save the other? Of course they wouldn't! And if you had witnessed history unfold as I have, you would reach the same conclusion.
He's pretty much being like, my people literally saw everything falling to shit and said, half of us will go to save it. And as I've seen what has happened and seen your kind inherit everything and fall to shit, not once have I don't think you guys could do the same. And if you were in my shoes, you'd be just like me.
You cannot be entrusted with our legacy.
I will bring back our brethren, our friends, our loved ones. The world belongs to us and us alone.
It's like, I don't trust you. I cannot trust you. You're going to fuck it up. And then he's all slouchy again. Get off my lawn. Once more, get off my lawn. Yes, anyone want to say Alphino?
Emmett Selk. We understand, truly, but it makes no difference. The ones you love are in the past, while ours are here in the present. One day, we too will be ashes and dust, but not today. Our time is not yet finished. We share your conviction, and that is why we will not abandon our course.
You think us the same? You think your tattered soul of equal worth to those I lost?
You just pissed him off.
Earn your place. Prove yourselves worthy to inherit this star. Behold the coming oblivion. 'Twas the end of our era and the beginning of our great work. A fitting backdrop for your final judgment.
I shall wait within, but do not spend too much time on your preparations. There's no telling how much longer the guest of honor will last.
If that's not a 7 reference. Walking into the inferno. Ah, man. Whoa. Screw them heads.
Can you believe it? They were just about to throw all this away.
Oh, excuse me. So it's time to do this dungeon. And if I'm remembering this dungeon, it's kind of fucking crazy. But let's watch the cutscenes.
Well, well, you prevailed.
Oh boy.
Nevertheless,
Your performance was underwhelming, and I remain unconvinced of your worthiness.
You set us up from the start. You were never going to be impressed.
Tower over your misbegotten ilk, no doubt. But should I bring my full strength to bear, well, you would be as leaves in the wind. The gulf between us is a reflection of the disparity between the world as it was and what it has become.
No, you're just moving goalposts. Green's fucking dead.
Our worlds may not live up to your lofty standards, but they are our worlds, our homes, full of life and love and hope. And we won't stand by and let you destroy them!
She keeps up the combo when she should really get out of there. A true red mage. Alize has a point, but from Emmett's point of view, yeah, no, I can see why he would disagree.
For we who have known perfection, the shattered source and these shards are ghastly mockeries of the true world. The ephemeral lives you exalt are pale imitations, utterly devoid of meaning.
This man really do be an angry old man that only wants to relive the good old days in the 50s and wants all these kids off his lawn. And people find him sexy. I don't understand. It's like Foxy Grandpa.
Belittle us all you like, but we will rise again and again and give the lie to your insults through word and deed. We define our worth, not the circumstances of our creation.
More prat. Fool. Who are you? No one. Nothing.
I love how with just that little pan up to his face, he doesn't find this fun, he just wants it to end.
Once I have reclaimed my heritage, my first act will be to expunge your stain from history's weave. My world will have no need for heroes.
I mean, if you saw your friends more or less defiled and memories shattered, and those defiled beings come at you like we deserve to live, well, you think you can have your friend? Well, you think you can have your friend back? Your friends back? No, Emmett has a point.
Ooh.
Still fighting the good fight.
Best villains are the ones you can agree with.
It is true that all we hold dear is fated to fade away, but that is no reason for us to forsake it.
To take what steps we may, and thus mark the road for those who would follow.
This is a very Gurren Lagann thing. This is a bit of a Gurren Lagann thing. It's just like, you know, again, that thing, the creating the like we create the road now so that those after can follow it. Oh my god, it is very Gurren Lagann.
To strive for the best of all futures. Be this not also thy purpose?
The anti-spirals, man. Ow, my other cat.
Do not presume to speak of my future.
And you? Why waste your final moments in futile defiance?
Dutch angle.
Weary wanderer, you've no fight left to fight, no life left to live. You see, the light will not be denied.
Surrender to your fate, and let the transformation take you.
Rise up in madness and fury. Devour the vermin infesting the land which is rightfully ours. Now, Reed! Now!
We still have Sacred!
fight it. You have to hold on.
Oh. Oh, Nico Varid. Raiding with a party of 2. Hello, welcome, thank you. Reen, what did you think I was doing? Alright, Bert. Alright, Bert. Bert. Can't watch me die, Bert. Don't watch me die, Bert. Wait.
If you had the strength to take another step, could you do it? Could you save our worlds?
What, all by myself? You know I could. Clean my axe.
Take it. We fight as one. This world is not yours to end. This is our future. Our story.
It's the only time a voice comes out of our character. It's great.
No, it can't be. That trick of the light. You are a broken husk, nothing more.
Hey Squeak, this is another that the best works perfectly when auto-played. Alright. Are you on the moon? No. Please no spoilers just in case.
How can you hope to stand against me alone?
We stand together.
It's my cat boy.
How? I'm surprised you can stand at all.
I could not well leave matters half finished. Let expanse contract, eon become instant. Champions from beyond the rift, heed my call!
Damn you all!
And now is when canonically all the Warrior of Lights exist.
Very well. Let us proceed to your final judgment. The victor shall write the tale, and the vanquished become its villain. But come, let us cast aside titles and pretense, and reveal our true faces to one another. I am Hades, he who shall awaken our brethren from their dark slumber.
And we fight him. And we fight him. The dying gasp.
Show me your vaunted strength, and I shall expose the lie of your fragmented existence.
That's what Emmett actually looks like. Y'all still find this sexy? This is why you take your date swimming first. The name was so on point too. It was the dying gasp of both sides. And then we beat him. There we go.
You have no power over me.
I did it all by myself. Yep. And then we beat him. Then we beat him. All right. Well, now what? We're alone on this rock.
Will not killed. Should I surrender this fight, what will become of it all? What will become of our dreams? Our desire?
Enough, damn you!
Such infernal strength!
Now! Strike with all thy might!
Yeah, yeet. Shining finger. We got his axe so damn clean. Ow. Ow.
Remember. Remember us. Remember that we once lived.
Who is that guy? Who is that guy? Oh well, probably nobody important. Oh, it's Minecraft realm.
It's over. Emmett Selk is no more.
More importantly, how do you fare?
Oh, I gotta go rewatch some Endwalker cutscenes.
What dost thou see?
Ether. It is as it used to be. As a disciple of Zodiac, the Ascian was the darkness to your light. I can but assume that when you set your strength against his, the light within you was spent.
No, it's more than that. Under the strain of that incredible flood of ether, your soul had begun to break apart. Yet now it seems somehow restored. I tried to help you before the battle, but Emmett Selk stopped me. So, how did you... exactly what did you... Can you tell us what happened?
You guys see that over there? That's my imaginary friend, Bert.
Hi, Bert.
He's going away now.
Bye, Bert.
Bye, Bert. Bye, Bert.
I see.
Yeah. Oh, our cat man. The schizophrenia myth.
Where to start?
His little ear wibbles.
I believe I owe you all an apology. And you, most especially.
Let's get out of here. I'm tired. We'll leave the lecture for later. It's good to see you awake, Graha.
Well, 'tis good to be awake.
He's like, she said my name again. It's like, let's go. And this place has gone to shit. I think you only do that. I think you only have that choice if you finish the Crystal Tower. It's like those guys are okay, which is good. Look, there's Kimari!
Those mad souls dove straight into the ocean over there, did they?
All I could see from here was the whale, Master Chai.
'Twas surely Alphino and those friends of his. They did something heroic, mark my words. You need only look up there for proof of that.
As you say, my love. They're sure to be back any moment now. Any moment.
The Crystal Tower is necessary for Shadowbringers. Yep. You can't play Shadowbringers without Crystal Tower. Well, here's the thing. Back then, you didn't have to.
Couldn't bear the thought of...
Back then, you didn't have to do the Crystal Tower to play Shadowbringers. No, you did. Well, I did. I had to. But around the time that I was playing, and I was getting through to, and when I was finishing ARR, and I was going into Heaven's Ward, they didn't let me. And I was talking to Jake and Anthony about it, and they were like, "Wait, you have to do the Crystal Tower?" And it was like, yeah, it's telling me to go do it. And it's like, oh, now you have to do the Crystal Tower. Back then, you didn't have to do it. When Shadowbringers had recently come out, you didn't have to do the Crystal Tower. Or more so, before Shadowbringers came out, you didn't have to do the Crystal Tower. When Shadowbringers came out, you had to do it. So... But back then, before Shadowbringers, the Crystal Tower was not a mandatory thing you had to do.
I didn't think we'd be swimming the whole way back.
Yep.
Heavens. Take me.
No, he's so tired.
Oh, hells.
Yeah, so even if I disable auto scroll, it's gonna do it for me.
Wait! Where's Oriange?
He must have fallen behind.
Dead.
But shouldn't we look for him?
No.
He'll wash up sooner or later.
For the love of Alphino!
Welcome back, dear ones!
And thus did salvation come to the first. The lamps of Amarot will fade along with Emet-Selk's enchantments, and the depths shall be as once they were. Mount Gulg will one day fall, and the Talos below yield to wind and rain.
And that will be a catastrophe we're not going to deal with right now. Cause that's an
too will fade with time.
That's an environmental
Passing
disaster
into
waiting to
legend
happen.
As the world heals and moves on.
Want a yellow side quest that's just teaching Alphino how to swim. He knows how to swim. He's just not a good endurance.
Nevertheless.
The poor Babu. The poor Babu's so tired. He needs the stamina.
As ether obeys the cycle, as death and decay gives way to new life.
This made me sad. It was like, oh no, hey Bert.
So too do the memories we share inspire others to rise to greatness. For we who walk before may lead those who walk after. Your road goes ever on, as does your story, as does your legacy.
Ardbird's party took you long enough, Snowpoke.
Such is
Ardbird, what took thee so long?
To touch the lives.
Sorry,
of countless
I had to wait 100 years for a sheep to gather an overabundance of light.
Excuse me? You're the Warrior of Darkness, aren't you?
Huh?
Where are you from, really? And how did you get to be so strong?
He looks like a tiny Ardbert. He looks like a baby Ardbert. He really does. I think that's on purpose. That's definitely on purpose. And here you are helping the legacy with the boy. Yep. And I called him Little Artie. Yep. And that there was, well, there's still a couple more cutscenes, obviously, because they want to set you up for patch content. We're gonna I play all the credits, I don't mind. I don't know what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something and I completely forgot. More so that again, after you hear the little bit going on with Graha, after you go and take on Emmett Selk, Shadowbringers is a very, very good expansion. They're obviously with you know, before, I can imagine when you're playing MSQ and patch hasn't come out yet, you're just kind of like, but I'm still in the first. My friends are still in the first. What am I, how do I get them back? That's where patch content comes in. Patch content is where the loose threads get tied. Because of course, your friends don't belong here. Your friends don't belong here. They still have comatose, soulless bodies at the source. You gotta fix that. So very, very, very useful that we solved that. Let me just check some messages really quick. But oh man. But man. So Shadowbringers, to me, I really did enjoy it. The song slaps. Oh, I'm late. I love how Graha's first attempt at summoning things was the fucking tower. It's, I really did enjoy Shadowbringers, though. It definitely set you up the premise, showed you what's at stake, and what will happen if you fail. It sets that up in the beginning, while also bringing your friends along and telling you, like, what's been happening with them. And through their instances where you're in their section, again, you meet the other people of this section of the land and you kind of grow to like them, which is really, really, like, I really enjoy that because I want to care about the people here. Whenever there's a we have to save the world story, and especially in a world that you're not necessarily a part of, let's be real, Shadowbringers is an isekai. It's hard to do that when you don't care about anybody in it. When the people in the world don't feel like people. When everyone's just telling you to go save the world. So people being quirky, the Fae, despite, you know, being like, we gotta save the world, them honestly not giving a shit because they want to play and they live in the moment. It's really fun. I like how they tied the loose end with Menphilia, because you just know that Menphilia goes off to the first, but you don't really know what the hell's going on until here, where it's like, oh, this is what happened, and like she created like a legacy of other young girls who kind of end up sharing a similar tragic fate. It's really fun. It's really fun. It's very, very well written. And I really do like, after having like rewatched the Crystal Tower stuff, how it connects it. It had a song from Shadowbringers before Shadowbringers, way before Shadowbringers, because freaking the Crystal Tower was like post ARR stuff. I don't know how long ago post ARR stuff, but we're looking at maybe 2015 at the earliest, maybe. I don't know. But like, and considering Shadowbringers came out like what, 2018, 2019? Like, it's kind of crazy, you know? It's kind of crazy how much setup they allowed. People probably did the Crystal Tower and were like, oh yeah, whatever. Okay, this Catboy's gone now, whatever. And then it comes back and it's like, what the fuck? Like, I can imagine people who were playing this story as it came out play the Crystal Tower, or who didn't have to play the Crystal Tower. Because back then, again, you didn't have to play the Crystal Tower to like get into Shadowbringers. Yeah, okay, so Shadowbringers did come out in 2019. Again, for a while, you didn't have to do it. And imagine like playing this, not really having done the Crystal Tower, and then you see, you know, Graha. Like, you wouldn't know who this Catboy is. You just know that he really, really is a big fan of yours. And then you play the Crystal Tower, and then it kind of all connects that you know this person. Again, I'm pretty sure back then you didn't have to do the Crystal Tower. I had played 14 a long time ago when it had like come out. Like, Heaven's Ward was not a thing yet. You couldn't play an Aura yet. But I dropped off of it for a long time because I didn't have people to play with. No, you needed to do it the first 5.0 Quest Wiki. It's all on the FF website where they mention that you will need to play Crystal Tower. Okay, so what that means then is that up until Shadowbringers came out, you didn't have to do it. Which is, again, what I'm kind of trying to say. But I get what you mean. I get what you mean, and I'll take that L. So once Shadowbringers came out, they were like, hey, go back and do the Crystal Tower. And then they made it so that in ARR, after ARR, you can't even continue to Heaven's Ward, I think, without doing the Crystal Tower. It tells you to go do it. It pissed me off because on patch day I couldn't play any new content until I finished. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that when you go into, I'd have to look back. I'm not quite remembering now. I'm like doubting my memory, but I remember when I finished ARR, they were like, go do the now you're gonna go do the Crystal Tower. And they just made it a part of MSQ. Because yeah, a lot of people didn't do Crystal Tower when Shadowbringers came out. So now you had to have all these people do it. When the Crystal Tower was a thing for the longest time. But yeah, I was playing before even Heaven's Word came out. I used to be a Mikote, and I dropped off because I didn't have people to play with. It wasn't until Yamato Hikaru donated 8 months worth of subscription so that I can go back and play Final Fantasy 14. And honestly, I'm so thankful for that because I've been enjoying 14 so much. One, because I have so many friends that I can play with. I think if I didn't have friends to play with, I probably would have dropped off it. And then we swarmed to play with you, yes, and I'm so thankful for that. Lordy, I remember Alliance Raid Roulette was basically just Crystal Tower Roulette for a while. Let's see. I got this game back in March of this year, and I finished the main MSQ of Endwalker last month. This game has been in my life for only half a year, and yes, it's given me some of my favorite memories and introduced me to such an awesome, amazing community. It was that thing of when I had gotten those donated money, and I was like, God, I have to go back to play this game now because somebody's paying me to play it. I at first dreaded it because I had heard that there were times where you would just be watching cutscenes. I had heard people exaggerate it, but like ARR, that first prompt of a bunch of cutscenes will play in succession. Be prepared to set up, be prepared and set aside a good amount of time. And that's 45 minutes. That's almost an hour. That's almost an hour. And that was one of the things that I'd been told about, where it was like, yeah, Final Fantasy 14 has like hour-long cutscenes. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I don't have time to watch a movie in between expansions. No. And that kind of swore me off it too. Any little instances where I was reminded of this game's existence and maybe even entertained the thought of maybe I should go back to it, I remember people telling me that they had freaking hour-long cutscenes, and I was like, ew, no, that's my time. What if I don't even care about the story? Because I was in a place, I can't even remember what spot I came back to in ARR, but I was like, I remember Y'shtola was being in Costa del Sol and I was doing something, but it was ARR. And like, I couldn't remember anything. I remembered Ida and Papa Lima because I started in Gridania and that was it. I remembered nothing else of what was going on. And I didn't know what to do either. Like, when I first played, because me and the group of people that we played with at the time, we didn't really have any organization. We didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how to play the role. I went in like a dungeon as like, I don't even think I ever really did a dungeon. I don't remember when I came in. I didn't know how to do any of that. And I remember going in and trying to like freaking talk and like fight, and I was like, I'm a healer, but I wanted to fight things. I don't remember a lot of like me coming back and playing ARR, because that's when everybody was like, you know what, we'll help you play. Just pay attention to the story, or at least pay attention to the voice cutscenes and just skip the rest and just rewatch ARR on your own time and things like that. But I enjoyed that, the fucking Titan quests. If it was Y'shtola and Costa del Sol, then it was the Titan quests, probably. Started playing in 2016, enjoyed the free 30 months, couldn't get a sub afterwards. Only forgot about it, God reminded me of the game in 2020, and was able to get a sub, restarted the game, and have been sticking to it. Yep, the Titan quests were rough as fuck. Got gifted Shadowbringers early, because someone heard I'm good at learning games very fast, needed to tank for Eden raids. Yeah, so, like, again, I knew that, like, Anthony and Jake were playing 14, but I didn't care to go back into it. Because again, all that time, what if I didn't care about the story? I dropped off it, I'm not good at MMOs. I was scared that I'd get back into the game and then no one would want to play it anymore and no one would want to play with me. Because that was the thing that happened the first time. We were all going to play Final Fantasy 14 and then no one played with me. And that's why, because that group, for lack of a better terms, they would always hop on a game, play for like 2 to 3 weeks obsessively, and then drop it like a rock. And we had gone through so many that Final Fantasy 14 seemed like just another little passing fad game in our group, because that's when it was starting to get popular, when it came out. And yeah, so when I heard about it again, I was like, and then Yamato donated money, and I was like, well, now I gotta do it. Now I gotta do it. Here I go back into 14, because that was the thing. I didn't want to invest money in it. Because when I started playing, there was no free trial. Like, there was no free trial back then. There was no way to get a free trial. I remember before the free trial that we have now, there was like a 14-day free trial. That wasn't even a thing when I was playing. Like, that's how far back it was. It was like late 2013, 2014. Yeah, late 2013, around 2014. And now you like playing it, right? Oh yeah, no, I enjoy playing it. But again, I love playing with people. I love hanging around. Now that I know what to more or less do and how to do things in the game, I can play it. Because man, it's really good. It's really fun to play games that you know how to play, right? Back then, my group, again, we all just jumped into it and didn't know what to do. So it's always good to have someone like I had knowledge of how to play MMOs, but not to an extent of like going into dungeons and stuff. I just never really understood and jived with MMOs much. Like, I didn't play RuneScape, I didn't play Adventure Quest, I didn't play World of Warcraft, I didn't play any of those MMOs. The only MMO I had played before this was like Kitsu Saga, Mabinogi, and even then I have no idea how to play Mabinogi. Vindictus, which is I guess the closest thing, in that you do what you pick your gear and how you want to fight. I mean, you go into dungeons, yeah, I didn't play a lot of MMOs, and not for very long. No one knows how to play Mabinogi. And on top of that, a lot of MMOs didn't really catch me visually. I am very visually picky. And while 14 was very pretty to me, I wished there was more from the character creator, and I wanted, especially back then, I wanted more like uwu weeby animu visuals, which is why I played Mabinogi for as long as I did, even though I had no idea what the fuck to do in it. But I really enjoyed 14. 14 is a lot of fun. I love playing the game. I love the idea of helping people who are curious of getting into it, and helping people out if I can. And I love that the community in general has the same idea. Oh, you want to play 14? Cool. I'll play with you and I'll help you. I think if it's not for people like that, this game would not be as popular as it was. And another thing too is that a lot of MMOs, you don't really matter to the story, where in this one you are the central focus of it. Like, from what I've heard of World of Warcraft's story, your character has nothing to do with it. You're just kind of watching the story happen and you are not involved. Correct me if I'm wrong, don't play World of Warcraft. But that was the thing. No one cares about the story in Warcraft. You have nothing to do with it. Sorry, WoW PTSD, fucking green Jesus. But yes, if anyone wants a Buntwink to be tank for Panda Tier 2, I'm gonna be learning that as soon as I can get in. WoW gets the barest lip service of being told you're important, but you're never in any meaningful cutscenes. Yeah, that's what I mean. You don't matter to the story. And most MMOs, especially a lot of those throwaway ones that you see, like, God, what's the company that owns Mabinogi? Or Nexus or whatever. Nexon, I think they're called Nexon. Like, any MMO they would get that wasn't Mabinogi. And most of them were sourced in Korea. Any MMO that they got that wasn't Mabinogi, they just, didn't care for. And, they're just pretty. They're just pretty games with, bare bones stories of, doing stuff. But no one cares, you know? Either way. Because I think the only other MMO besides, Mabinogi that I remember is Kitsu Saga, and honestly, I don't remember shit of Kitsu Saga. All I remember is that you picked your weapon and what you wanted to do. That's how you fought. You could change it, yeah. And then you would collect, these cute little fox sprites, and they would do things for you, like craft materials or make things or make you stronger. But that was it, and that game got shut down right away, and I think that was by Nexon, too. I think Nexon, as a company, was, again, they'd bring on any Korean MMO they could, see how long it would last, and then like shut it down if it didn't meet criteria, and then just transfer the team back to Mabinogi and MapleStory. Either way. Next cutscene. We have returned.
By your deeds has the blinding light been banished from these skies, and the Sin Eaters driven to retreat. Although our many hurts will be years in the mending, I have faith that this world and her people will one day be whole once more.
You don't ever interact with the story as an active player. It's more you're having the story told to you as you watch. You don't even need 5 digits on the hand to count the times. Damn right, I think MapleStory's still going. WoW story generally pisses me off to this day.
With no rejoining in prospect, the Source need no longer fear the coming of an 8th umbral calamity.
Thank you. Even has
And with that
mobile
triumph,
version.
the future from which you came will no longer come to pass. Yet here you still stand.
So I do. I wonder if that other age continues onward somehow, cut adrift from time's flow. Or have I simply etched myself a place upon this new block of history?
No idea.
Either way, this is an unexpected development.
We get to keep our Catboy as a prize.
As the summoner of your souls, my death was meant to release you back to your world.
We don't really know that.
Yet I am very much alive, and you are still stuck here in the first.
But Everest, don't you want to watch Blizzard smash their action figures together for hours on end?
I believe I speak for us all when I say that we are happy to postpone our return if it means your life is spared. We will seek out another way.
Besides, I never had any intention of rushing home. There are people here I still need to thank, and this means I might actually have time to do so.
Yet we dare not neglect our comrades in the Source. Mistress Tataru, to name but one, will be most anxious to know how things stand with us.
So, you'll just have to make the journey alone for the moment. Be sure and give a full report to our fellow sires, would you? Oh, and we'd also appreciate any news you can bring us from back home.
Then I see no reason to delay. I can open the path from here.
I imagine we each have matters demanding our attention, so let this be a farewell for us all. Send word when you've resummoned our friend. Oh, and do try to ensure she arrives within the city next time.
Yeah, Raha.
Of course. I shall strive for utmost accuracy. No strange forests or unplanned passengers, I promise.
Yes?
I'm a little relieved, to be honest. I would have been terribly lonely if everyone had suddenly disappeared. But I understand that you have to go. Safe journey, warrior of darkness. I hope to see you again soon.
I'll probably see you in 5 minutes.
Just a moment while I attune the portal. Then you can be on your way. When I was a boy, many long years ago, I yearned to stand tall as the heroes of Eld. but like a fool seeking to pluck the stars from the heavens. My every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short. And then one day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me in the flesh. A hero who looked at the horizon and beyond and saw I knew not what. All I knew was that I would give anything to stand at that hero's side. Would that it was so easy. The glory of the heavens was ever beyond the grasp of those who never thought to reach for it. But if I have gained anything from all of this, it is the courage to stretch out my hand.
He's our #1 fan and also our boyfriend. Here's another thing too.
Do you hear me, Grahatia? This is no time for sleeping.
Here's also what I what I think a lot of people love about 14. Again, it comes back to your character matters. You're not just some bloke doing things and running errands. Well, you are running errands a lot of the time, but like it's because you're you that they want you to do it, because you want to do it. And these people, they care about you. Again, Graha is like your biggest fan and wants to go on adventures with you. Alphino and Alize, they look up to you and see you as a beacon of hope and strength. You know, Y'shtola like also sees you as like an embodiment of hope and courage, and Urianger sees you as one who does what others cannot. If Exarch Graha was able to come back to our worlds himself, we would have 2 cat boys. Also, those errands actually matter sometimes. Yeah, you're literally his inspiration. You're many people's inspiration and hero. Yeah, they all care and love you, and in a way that can be interpreted as romantic, because people are trash and love to ship, whether they like it and admit it or not. That's all I'm gonna say. People enjoy it when they are loved and considered and given actualization and validation. This game very much validates what you do. Nothing you truly do is a waste of time. Yeah, you are the hero, not the hero ideal. Alrighty. But that's the first and main and biggest thing the game does right. It makes you feel like the things you do matter. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace in the Source, because we haven't forgotten that. Remember that? Meanwhile, it's only been like 3 days in the Source. I love that. Time dilation, am I right? Oh no, I don't ship my Wall and Graha. I want them to smooch. That's called shipping,
to the
Raven.
West Gate. I want to know what's happening there.
Raven, that's called shipping. That's called shipping. The best kind of fandom, the one where all ships are equally valid. Exactly. I think at least one of my warrior lights would end up with Raha, and only after Endwalker. Xenos and Gaius being bros.
Same as the others, struck down with a single blow. An unfortunate day to draw guard duty. Forgive me. These were your people.
The only other one I have that's only just legal in Endwalker, so they get shipped with kids their age, Alfie and Alize. I don't particularly ship anyone with Alphino and Alize, in all honesty. I love them like you would love, like, your dumb little siblings or your dumb little cousins. They're also just people that see, like, the Scions as a sort of a found family. For mine, he's kind of divided between Y'shtola and Hilda. To BH, I think my wolf-like would relate most to Xenos than anyone else, and even then is more both love and the thrill of the fight. Yeah, they're kids. For mine, Yugity, kids don't really get shipped. Oh, everyone wants Hildy. He's the ideal wife. But yeah, there's someone everyone loves. There's someone that everyone at least loves, whether it be platonically, romantically, you just want to smooch them. Like, there's someone for everyone.
That was the Emperor. Wait! Oh. Your Radiance!
Gaius, you've missed your part in this, I'm afraid.
Oh man, I love the fucking the cameo that his actor did where he sang Barbie Girl. It's fucking great.
Identify yourself, demon!
You were hoping for the Ascian? The Craven shed this skin and fled, rather than face me. A pity. I was looking forward to crossing blades with myself. But I cannot deny
He was what?
the feeling
You
of
heard
satisfaction.
Link, please. God, that line, 1 sec.
Body and soul reunited at last.
I can't remember the name of his actor, unfortunately, but Xenos' actor was cameoed to sing Barbie Girl as Xenos. It's all over Twitter. Because a lot of the voice actors for 14 are on Cameo.
The game continues, but the pieces have changed.
Only if we trust in a paragon's words. A mistake I do not intend to repeat.
I think I put it in the Final Fantasy chat in the Discord.
He speaks the truth.
Let's see. Just give me 1 quick second while I look for it. I'm pretty sure I put it in the Final Fantasy chat. Yeah, here it is. He also appeared in Joe Cat's video. Joe Cat got a cameo from him. There you go. That's the clip on Twitter. You're expecting the Ascian God, so cool, because it just reinforces that this isn't Elidibus. This is Xenos, and he did it with his full knowledge. And yeah, no, Xenos did this with his whole heart.
Elidibus is gone. Tore a hole into the rift. Xenos, my foolish, greedy son. Was a second life not enough? Was the Empire too rich a prize to ignore? True freedom for our nation, our people, will never be won by a spoiled princeling. The burden of this throne is beyond you.
This is why I gave my pug 1/3 of your inheritance. If not 2/3.
'Tis you, Father, who have struggled with this burden. Simply holding the Empire together has occupied your limited faculties.
Varus seemed so damn cool when the Warrior of Light first met him. This was not how I pictured him going out.
But you may take comfort in knowing that I have no intention of pursuing your tedious agenda. Nor am I interested in ruling over the Empire's lands. I came only to remove that which ruins my sport. I will not have my prey stolen by your petty wars and cowardly weapons.
I do not want I do not want you to kill my Warrior of Light with Black Rose. That's not fun. Luke Allen Gale is Xenos' VA, yes.
You would kill me just for that.
I need no other reason. Any and all who interfere with my hunt will not do so twice!
Dude is so single-minded. He is obsessed with you.
I heard the Ascians speak of Zodiac and Eidolon. Even the will of this star is but a construct of our own making.
This is the same view that Thornton saw the Warrior of Light as. God, that face. Again, even if it's someone who you, even if it's, again, this game, you matter. For better or for worse. You are either loved or obsessed over, and Xenos obsesses over you. So this is the fabled Yandere boyfriend. I love how he literally kills the Emperor just so they don't use Black Rose. Exactly. Everybody, it's really hilarious when you think about it, because this whole time, Gaius and Estinian, while you're in the source, trying to prevent the Umbral calamity that'll happen after Black Rose, Gaius and freaking Estinian are freaking jumping roof to roof and running through fucking bases. We gotta stop Black Rose. We gotta stop Black Rose. We can't let that happen. And then this fucker comes in and he's like, "You're right. I don't want Black Rose to happen either." Your existence not only solves problems, but it's also the sole reason for even worse problems. You really matter. Final Fantasy 14. For better or for worse.
We shall gorge upon their strength, and then, my friend, our contest shall begin anew.
This guy probably is a really good fuck. I think so. Yeah, Thornton actually saw what Emmett saw right as we reconnected with Arbert. Daddy, no! He's dead. He wants to eat Crystal Mom and Zodiac so he can fight you harder. Yeah, he does. Meanwhile... Oblivion has claimed him. I don't know why they didn't voice this. Emmett Selk, gone. La Habrea, gone. I alone remain, the last of the unbroken. Hold on. Emmett Selk, gone. La Habrea, gone. I alone remain, the last of the unbroken. Okay. Once more, I am moved to reevaluate the potential of these tattered souls. Meanwhile, on the goddamn moon. Ah, Xenos. Yes, I do not have a filter on. Ah, Xenos, never did I dream you could overpower me so completely, possessed as I was of your body, and all its uncanny strength. Oh god, it's auto-tuned. There's a reason it's not voice, they don't want us to find out. Phew, I was able to get away from that sight. Why can't I sense Emmett anymore? And now that I have shared with you the truth of this world and its reflections, who can predict how events will unfold? Not I. Alright, I'm gonna turn off the filter now. Emissary. What a poor jest that title has become. The flow of history has become muddied, and its currents wild beyond my capacity to direct them. You have wrested the advantage, Hydaelyn. The thieving hands of your disciples tighten their grip on our star. The origins of the world remain hidden, and its inhabitants ignorant of their broken existence, just as you and your creators desired. They celebrate the gift of imperfect life, uncaring, unknowing as we weaken and fade. But do not imagine yourself rid of us. Though your champion has indeed proven the most egregious obstacle to our ascendance, a barbed thorn in my side, she may yet be removed and cast into the abyss. Oh yes, it can be done. I will keep these heroes mirrored in the first, and victory will be ours at the last. Warriors of darkness now, are they? Then their fate is decided. They shall meet the same end as those who came before, death at the hands of warriors of light. Laughs in Endwalker knowledge. I know the Asians are all powerful beings, but how can they breathe on the moon? Yes. Alright guys, final cutscene. Meanwhile, it seems you were right.
Yes, there is something out there. There is something out there. That.
Thank you for reminding me that I need to do Eden. But it would mean crossing moms and moms of this infernal emptiness, which is rather unhealthy for living creatures as I understand it. Even were we to restrict ourselves to brief forays, I don't like to imagine the effect it would have on our ether. But you still want to go, don't you?
We may have saved the world, but we haven't reclaimed it. I can try, but I can't do Reen.
Ah, when you put it that way. What choice do we have? Well, of course I'm going with you. That's what family is for, isn't it? Come, let's head back and prepare for this mad journey of yours.
Thank you, Thancred.
And thus it hints at the Eden quests. Just like the other previous expansions hinted at something to do with Sid and his wacky gang, this hints at Eden. This wants you to go find Reen, or someone who will lead you to Reen, and there are the Eden quests. Through blazing skies give way to gentle night. What hand can end the war of dark and light? And that's Shadowbringers. That's all of it. That is all of Shadowbringers. Main quest. There is a lot of patch that we need to do, but we're not going to worry about it. We're not going to worry about it now, because now before we go into a little break, The little break is not only so I can properly break this stream, but it's also because now we're going to go into Eden. I already went into Eden. I've we faced the Eden ship. We faced Leviathan, we faced Titan, and we're gonna be continuing from there. I'm going to be jumping in to a group. But in a second, I'm gonna go into our BRB screen, and I will be right back with that. But for the YouTube side of things, for the VOD side of things, this is where we will stop for archival purposes. Next Saturday, we will be taking a break because every Saturday since we started Shadowbringers, which was 4, we had been hard body Shadowbringers. So next Saturday, we will take a week. Hey, the shoe bill! Hold on.
Yeah?
Hey, the shoe bill! Okay, so next week, next week, we will not be, we will, I've only done the first 2. Yeah, so next week, we will be taking a week off from Shadowbringers, or from 14 cutscene movie night. We'll probably have a chill stream, or we'll play something else. I'm not exactly sure, but we're gonna take that week off that we normally do, and then the week after that, we will head straight into the post Shadowbringer stuff, which is a lot. So we'll do the first batch of post Shadowbringers, then we'll have a week off, and then we'll do the rest of post Shadowbringers, and that will pretty much be it for our movie nights for a bit, unless I have beaten Endwalker by that time. So that is saying that I've got maybe about 3 to 4 weeks to finish Endwalker. Because after that, after we finish, and if I do finish Endwalker by then, we will go into Endwalker and I will be experiencing it fresh again. So that's something hopefully to look forward to. And then when we finish Endwalker, that's it. That's it. It's been really crazy. It's been really fun. But for now, again, like I said, I will, archival purposes, the stream will end here. So on the YouTube side of things, this is where the stream will end. But for you guys on Twitch, we will go once again to our BRB screen. We'll have a little 5-minute break, and then I will be back and we will be taking on the Eden raids. I'm hoping anybody who wishes to help me, whether it be Jake or Anthony or anybody else, they are more than welcome to help me. But we're gonna go take that break really, really quick. I will see you all in just a minute.